Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about how many items you need to list on a regular basis in order to generate sales for your store. Now, there's a lot of talk around listing 10 items a day or listing 20 items a day or even listing the same number of items every single day or listing in regular intervals. Some people even think that staggering their listings will mean that they get more activity for their account. I don't think that is true. And let me try and take a deeper look into why that is. Fundamentally speaking, if your behavior is based on trying to game an algorithm, you are too small to do that. So if you imagine throwing a pebble into a river, you will see the pebble go bloop, and then you will see the ripples. But those ripples very quickly disappear. So yes, if you want to see a ripple effect, you have to keep throwing pebbles. The issue is that most people like you, like me, do not have that capacity to keep throwing pebbles. Scheduling listings is one way of doing it, whereby you can have one listing show up every single hour for the next month. But it's still only one listing. It's not a handful of listings. It's definitely not a bucket full of listings every hour. And so where that leaves us is to not focus on trying to game that algorithm, but rather set up our stores so that the buyers that we want to buy from us actually do. So the way I see listing on eBay is a bit like this. There are two types of buyers that exist. The first buyer is the buyer that buys the only thing that they are looking for. So if you can imagine, if you're a married person, or if you have parents who, dad only goes to the store for milk and he comes back with milk. So that to me is a searching buyer. They have something to buy, they go and buy it, that's it. There's no detour, there is no distraction. Oftentimes there's a very strict budget. Oftentimes there's no interest to hang around. It's just go get it, come back. On the other hand, you have buyers that want an experience when they buy. So when they go out shopping, the intention is to spend money, but they just don't quite know what they will spend on in that particular instance of shopping. So let's say they have a list of things they would like to buy. If they see a nice pair of shoes, they might pull the trigger. If they see a nice shirt, they might buy it. If they see fruit that looks fresh today relative to yesterday, they might buy fruit. And in terms of deal seeking happens in both these categories, right? Like the searching buyer will go to the shopping center to buy milk. They'll go to Coles. And then if they don't like the price in Coles, they might go to Woolworths. And then they might go to the petrol station around the corner to compare. And then decide whether it's worth going back to the cheapest place if that was the first place or not. Deal seeking also happens in this other category of buyers where they will browse, and if they see an item that they like, they might decide, I think I can see this item going cheaper, so I'll wait. So pricing does affect both these groups of buyers, but how they shop really determines how you sell to them. So what I do is I like this category of buyer. And the reason is because for someone to be a repeat buyer, they need more than just a need to be met. They need an experience to be had. They need to feel a connection with the place that they shop at. So how do I do that with eBay? I have 6 different stores. 4 of them sell toys. One of them is toy cars, one of them has dolls, one has collectibles. The point is, I want that buyer to come back. And when they come back to see a refreshed, a refreshed listing page, a refreshed inventory list. And so when I think about how I list daily, it's really a case of if I don't have a particular toy in stock, that toy gets listed first. Versus, say, something that is a faster seller, but I may already have one in stock, and me listing a double at a different condition, different price point, that's not as important, right? For me, it's all about the variety, because I want my repeat buyer to come back and say, hey, Last time I bought item A. Today I'm going to buy item B, item G, item F. Conversely, if you're someone that doesn't have a big store with a wide variety of listings, I've got about 6,000 listings across all my stores. But if you're sitting on, say, 50 listings or 100 listings in your shop, then don't feel the need to do this. You could always target this buyer, right? It's all about the search. Then you're trying your best to list as many items as you can when you can, with the best photos, and by best we don't mean professional, just clear photos that stand out, photos that look appealing, similar to how fresh fruit makes you want to buy fresh fruit. You would price competitively, and then that's really all you've got. When a buyer searches for your item, they might buy your item if it is competitive, if it meets their need, and if your photograph stands out. You simply trying to list X number of items every single day, it's not going to make that item sell any faster, fundamentally speaking anyways. So when influencers try and tell us that we need to do this, to me there is no formula. There's only your capacity as a reseller. And what I've learned from eBay all years 2022 is that our capacity is very dramatically. It's like I look at some of the bigger sellers and go, I hope that I can one day get to your level, but quite frankly, that's nowhere close to where I'm at, and I don't think I can get there in the next 5 years. Conversely, some people have told me, man, you're so big, like how do you even do this all on your own? And so size very much influences our capacity, and we really need to learn to work within our capacity so that we can continue to love this thing called reselling. If you're trying to do this because someone on TikTok told you that you need to do it, you're gonna hate reselling. You're gonna feel like it's a chore, and quite frankly, I didn't sign up for reselling for it to be a chore. I signed up to create a business that I call my own, meaning I get to choose what I put up for sale. I get to choose how I interact with my customers. I get to choose. And that choice is so liberating. That choice is such a joy. So first and foremost, I guess, in summary, retain your joy. Retain the joy of listing and selling. Don't get caught up in how to game this algorithm, because quite frankly, you and I were just single pebble throwers at the end of the day. We don't move things the way we think we can. So list with your buyer in mind. That's the other thing. Do you know what kind of buyer comes to your store? Have you asked people why they choose to come to your store? The contact buyer function is not there just to solve problems. It's there for you to get to know the people that choose you. And when you realize, how small you are, that you're just a single pebble thrower, and someone actually chose you, there's a special connection that needs to be investigated, I guess. You need to just open it up. You never know. They might say, I've been looking for this item forever and I couldn't find it anywhere. They might say, I'm looking for this particular item that you have, you have this particular shade of green. I'm just plucking things out, right? Unique identifiers. You might learn something about the inventory that you have. So yeah, list within your capacity so that you retain the joy of listing and selling. Know the buyer that you're selling to, whether it's the searching buyer or the experience seeking buyer. And let me know how you go. Let me know if that works for you. But yeah, unless you're enjoying it, you're not gonna do it. So thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I hope it was helpful. And if you haven't joined the eBay Sellers Australia Facebook group yet, I've got a link in the description. Take the time to join, and I know that you'll get great help from everyone in the group. It's a fantastic community. Bye.